What's up, Stitt-Heads? We are back. Whoa, I had a sprayer on that one. Um,
That was just
man, we're
me.
gonna ruffle some feathers today with one of my absolute favorites to always talk to, Alex Pauls. And I'm wearing an appropriate shirt that's Sam Tripoli. Why is everybody getting quiet? Well, we need to start getting loud. And the topics that we're gonna start with today are women. So, yes, let's get into the liberal, white, crazy feminist women that are taking over TikTok, taking over the internet right now, that are screaming for a woman that murdered her three kids. And they're, well, same and blah, 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 postpartum depression. Sorry, I'm ranting and I'm cooking, fired up right now. But Alex, let's go, man. What's up with these crazy women right now?
Dude, I was telling you, my daughter was just celebrating her 18th birthday yesterday, and I remember that year, 2008, because in Winnipeg, Manitoba, shortly after my daughter was born, a woman in my neighborhood drowned her three children in a bathtub and then walked her ass into the Red River and drowned herself, and her husband came home to basically a fucking massacre and had no explanations as to what happened. Dude,
Terrible.
that's not fair for anybody. But man, if women have no problem talking shit about men, toxic men, and I can't wait to get into this with you because toxic femininity is way on the rise, way out of control, and nobody is
Hmm.
saying it. And it's time to call it out, my friend.
Well, it is an interesting thing too, because I think, guys like your Andrew Tates and stuff like that, and your whole manosphere and whatnot, it did kind of make it to where that and the Me Too and crap like that, they did try to make this like big final nail in the coffin on men kind of deal, like
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
attacks on men basically. But then it's all just falling apart now because we're seeing like, it's funny. I posted a post earlier and it probably triggered some people at this point, but it's like if you go on X, which I barely ever do, but repeal the 19th is trending right now, like which is women's rights to vote. It's like there's this shift going on where men have been gaslit for so long. We've been told to bottle up our emotions and everything, but there's an irony where females can act out their emotions at the utmost craziness, and then it's just, oh, it's okay. I'm a female. Whoops, I had a bad day.
Yeah, dude, this is a spider web, and we can go in many, many different directions. But let's start with Me Too. The way I remember Me Too was Harvey Weinstein, Alyssa
Mm-hmm.
Milano
Mm-hmm.
getting freaking out because these women were being sexually assaulted and started the Me Too movement. And
You
I'm
made
like,
me a millionaire
okay,
and gave me a career after I gave you a hand job. How dare you, Harvey Weinstein?
exactly, man. They wanted their pound of flesh, so they paid their pound of flesh, and then all of a sudden they wanted, to exchange. They wanted their receipts back. They made a deal with the devil, and then they weren't happy with the deal. Like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
guys. Like, if you want to get to certain levels, you got to do certain things. And I honestly don't think that that's a conspiracy anymore. But all of a sudden, the Me Too movement, I think, started flooding this toxic masculinity thing, and then we were all under attack. And then if you go and actually look back on the trends of TV shows in Hollywood, you had guys, the irony of Bill Cosby, but the irony of Bill Cosby back in the late 80s on the Cosby show was he was a great dad. He was an amazing dude, um, being portrayed, and it's like, damn, that's I wish my dad would have been like that. Or and then after you have that, you basically have this just train wreck of horrible dads on TVs, just total goofballs.
Yeah.
Like nobody that anybody could really want to like look up to. Everybody's just a bumbling buffoon, and dude, it's programming by Hollywood.
It is. And then it also gives the illusion of, yeah, the bumbling dad, which means the superhero mom has to take over the day. And then it's the lie of the feminist movement. It's all these things that came together as this big conglomerate fuck of like, okay, we want to work too. Okay, well, cool. You go work now, but now you just got conned into your household paying twice as much in freaking income tax now. Congratulations, you played yourself. Then, oh, well, you're at work, so you're not around your children. So now your children are being raised and indoctrinated by the state. Congratulations again. Then comes the 80s. Now you turn into the superhero woman, which is fine if you want to be that. Some women can do that successfully and not be like psychopaths. I mean, that does exist, but it just seems like, man, like they've been given this false bravado of a lot of things, which just seems like a trick. Like they've just been tricked into a
Hmm.
lot of these things now. And then now we're like, it's kind of like the gay thing. Oh, just let the gays get married. Oh, just bake the cake. Oh, just let them go in the locker room with your boys. Oh, just and it just the fucking goalpost keeps moving, and then
Yeah.
now we're at like the point of Crazy Town, and
Yeah.
the Lindsay Clancy girl. That's what I was bringing up in the beginning. You've got women out there protesting for her and standing with her and all this bullshit. Saying it could have been me. There's literal women on video out there getting interviewed saying it could be me, it could be my mother, it could be my sister, it could be my friend. You're like, you hang out with psychopaths then. Like every one of you people are admitting on camera that you need to be locked up.
Yeah. It's dude, it's like you said it perfectly. We're the bumbling idiots and they're the superheroes. What's the major problem here? Women make decisions based on emotions. And when you make
Yep.
decisions based on emotions, you're I would say 90% of the time you're making the wrong decision.
Yep.
You need to
Adam
calm the
Carolla
fuck
has a joke about
down.
it.
Yeah, you need to calm the fuck down. You need to take a step back and make that decision the next day. What do they say? Like, never send an angry email or something like that. You got to sit
Hmm.
on that thing. And dude, women and dude, men as well. Any man out there that's super furious and having to make decisions, a furious man under that kind of emotional duress, making decisions is going to make the exact opposite decision that he would if he was cool, calm, and collective and tactical.
Yeah,
That's just that is a scientific fact, man or woman. But women are naturally emotionally led. That's not a sexist
exactly.
thing to say. And now, and one of the things that pisses me off, it's like women, your main job is to have kids and take care of them. It's not fucking rocket science. We've been doing it for thousands of years, and now all of a sudden you don't know how to handle two or three kids. You need your bumbling doofus of a husband to come home and save the day. Now all of a sudden he's the superhero.
Right.
Like what? Like
Yeah. And it's
and I
not
know
like
a
we
lot of
hate
guys.
females. We're
Yeah,
both in long-term fucking relationships with the same female, not the same female. I mean, we both have
I
had
am.
long-term relationships with our wives and we have children with our wives. It's not that we hate women, it's just we hate what they're programming women right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I never came home and had my wife be completely freaking out because she didn't know like how to handle the children.
Yeah.
Like I would say that I was more of a goofball than anything. Like I let her go out. I let her go out. She went out one day. The
You
kids were little.
chauvinist.
I'm washing the dishes. I'm like being super dad. What is like what's his face from Batman? Michael Keaton.
Mr. Mom.
Mr. Mom. I'm being Mr. Mom, doing my thing. All of a sudden, it's too quiet, Derek. It's too quiet. It's not that I'm a
Mhm.
neglectful dad. It's, I trusted my kids. Well, guess what? When things are too quiet, shit's hitting the fan, right?
Exactly. They're up to
So
something.
I go into the bathroom and my God, they had opened up a Costco pack of maxi pads, and these two buffoons were covering themselves and the walls with maxi pads. And I'm freaking out because I don't know how to put those things back together again.
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
them back in put them back in the packaging, and they're like, "Dad, we found Mom's stickers. Look at this."
Oh my
They're all
God.
having a blast. I'm like, "Oh shit!" I knew I was in trouble because man, that was probably $30 worth of pads
Yeah.
wasted. These damn kids.
But it's still a
I don't know
funny
where I was going
memory.
with that, but
It's still a funny
that's
memory. Kids being kids. But yeah, dude, it's I don't know. Like I said, it's just women are being like indoctrinated right now. But then it's
oh
also
yeah,
my conspiracy brain goes to like, well, why are we getting our algorithms flooded with this shit? It's always something. It's like, oh wait, Republicans, Democrats, gays versus straights, blacks versus whites, this, that.
yeah,
Now it's men versus female again. And that's like there's something kind of sick and sinister about it if you really think about it, because then that's like the primordial fucking, why we're here is, what I mean, is to
yeah.
we are no different than animals. Yes, we have, different things about us than animals. I'm rambling, but I'm just saying, like, we're just like an animal, man. We're born, we procreate, we love, we die, and then, it starts all over again. So I don't know. It's just sinister that they're trying to separate men and women right now, and it's working, but there are a bunch of kooky bitches out there too.
Dude, it's all I would say. What kind of religion is that when you just try and separate everyone into like different categories as much as you can? And I feel like they're really ramping it up too. Because this week we hate the Jews. This week we hate the
Hmm.
Muslims. This week we hate the Boomers. This week we hate women. That right? Like
Yep.
it's just when does it end? They're just ramping it up as hard as we can. And when do we just call it out for what it is? It's just simply the religion of dividing us. And even
Yeah, and
religions are doing such a good job of dividing themselves. Like, how many
exactly, that's what I was
Christian
gonna say.
sects are there? Like, come on. Like, when are you going to see your own hypocrisy, guys? Like, come on.
We're just, I don't know, we're naturally tribal, I guess, but it's,
Yes, we are
you
naturally
know,
tribal.
we're being, misled with divisive tactics and shit. Basically, they're trying to cattle us into different little groups over here and different groups over here instead of us finding our own groups on our own. Now they're showing us groups we might not have even known of and making us mad at those groups. Does that make sense? Like turn your
Oh
TV
yeah,
off and you didn't even know that thing existed, but now you turned it on and now you're pissed off by it, and it's just
yeah.
ridiculous.
A city is one of the most fascinating things. I was just thinking about that the other day of how they're promoting all this diversity, but basically it's against kind of all the laws of nature, where all of a sudden you're surrounded by all these people who have different beliefs, different wants and needs than you, and now you got to pretend that you like them because
Yeah,
that's your
that's the hard part.
neighbor. I'm like, why would I want to pretend to like this guy who's in a, let's say he's in a satanic death cult? Why would I like why should I encourage that diversity around me? I don't want that shit.
Exactly. That's the funny thing. It's about, man, we can get into a different type of woman too, a more, I guess, ebony colored type of females. And, let's say like, with a lot of black people will do that. They'll self-segregate themselves because they don't trust the white man. But then whenever the white man wants to say, hey, I want like the David Araval guy or whatever in Arkansas like a year or two ago that started a whites only community and sounds racist as shit, but it's really not. It sounds racist because we're programmed to hear that when you say whites only. How come? And you're like, how come there's Chinatown? How come there's
Yeah.
freaking what is it, Upper West Side or whatever, New York? That's like 99% Jews. Like, there's
Yeah.
these little Korea towns. There's
Sharia
little
town.
Italy. Yeah, Sharia town. No shit. That's great. But yeah, that's the funny thing is that like everybody else gets to have their diversity, but the moment some white people want to go live in the woods and just homestead together, that's evil. Like that's how you know that it's fucking programming. They just want to self-check out from reality, just be with their own kind in a small secluded group and farm. I'm like, how's that fucking evil?
Yeah, I think if anything, none of us are safe. Honestly, they talk about this fake white privilege. Guys, like who there's a billion Muslims out there. There's a billion Chinese people out there. There's a billion Indian people out there. There's how many white people are there in the entire population? We're like this northern hemisphere Arctic loving Siberian, Russian, Finland, Sweden kind of people.
Yeah.
And there's not that many of us. Honestly, if you actually talk about diversity, like me and Derek aren't moving to Saudi Arabia. They're not going to let us in the door.
Hell no.
So it's very interesting though that maybe it's a control thing. Maybe we are harder to control. When I was watching that movie Django and Leonardo DiCaprio is going on this rant, I don't know if you know where I'm going
The
with this, but
skull?
he was saying that black people have this part in their brain where they're just meant to be slaves.
Where he pulls out the skull and he's talking about the three
Yeah,
rings in the inside of the skull or whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like,
Maybe there is something weird to that. Maybe we, as crazy white people, maybe we are harder to control. Maybe we
well,
wouldn't make very good slaves.
let's think of that, man. Like, and you know what? This might be the episode gonna get me canceled because I'm just gonna let it all out. But I'll try to be as respectful as possible because we're talking like, in a weird way, like geography and history, and the point I'm getting ready to kind of make too. So, if we're talking about like most like European whites and things like that, a lot of those people back in the day were farmers, settlers, things like that, right? Tradesmen, blacksmiths and stuff like that, right? And they had smaller villages, they worked together like that. But then we get to the idea of like, okay, sub-Saharan Africa. And now it's hot. And that's the first point I want to make is because superheat, dude, I've been cranky as shit the past 2 weeks because it's been like 104, 105 real temp the past 2 weeks in a row here in Oklahoma. So when
Oh
you get
wow.
hot and sweaty and you have a mustache and it's fucking sweating on your lip, you start getting really pissed off and agitated. You know what I'm getting at? So you put a
Yeah.
bunch of agitated people together, half naked and not really any civilization. Of course, there's going to be a little more like, I guess, wild, crazier behavior. You know what I'm kind of saying? More
Hmm.
like I don't know, survival instincts versus like band together. This is a more aggressive style versus, everybody just grow your farms and crops and shit. So then we
Right.
get to back to like cities. We're trying to assimilate all these groups of people together. Black people have been here for a long time in America at this point. We're still mass flooding in Muslims. We're mass flooding in Indian people,
Hmm.
dot, not feather. But it's just interesting that the white man, the white person is supposed to just deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that like you don't want these people here, but you're like, well, wait a minute. What about the stuff I like? Well, what are you, a fucking white supremacist? You're like, no, I got shit I like too. What do I got to like the other person's stuff? It's just, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm just ranting that, yeah, dude, it's not really fair for just white males in the world anymore. We're getting butt fucked.
Well, I think that, if we're playing chess, if we're playing the long game of chess, okay, let's say they brought in, like my family came to North America in 1972. So I got no skin in the game. I have no white guilt. I have no anything. My family comes from communist countries that were, everybody was killed and murdered and suppressed. So I got my own generational trauma, whatever, but I don't like go around bragging about that.
Hmm.
So let's say we're playing the long game of North America. Everything's kind of built up infrastructure wise. Things are looking pretty good. All of a sudden, it's okay. We got everything we need as far as elites go. Like, okay, let's get rid of middle class. Let's get rid of these dudes. Let's bring in a bunch of third worlders. And all of a sudden, we have a new zoo with
Yeah.
new slaves,
New
basically Amazon
attractions.
drivers. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get rid of these problems, these Karens, these Kevins, these pain in the asses, because that's what a Karen is. A Karen is
We'll
a
bring in Gleep
Gen
Gloop Glop
X.
Glop from
Yeah,
Somalia, and
yeah. Well, Karen's a Gen X pain in the ass that you can't control. She's just a wild woman, and then Kevin is a male Karen from Gen X, Boomer, Gen Y, whatever. And they're hard to control. They're pains in the asses. They don't know how to like attach documents to emails. They're pretty much useless. Whereas we take, Rajmeet from India, easy, quick to learn. Give him a fake degree. Boom. He's now your doctor.
yep. Or he's your semi
Done.
driver until he
Or
goes
is there
down the
semi
wrong
truck
side of the
driver?
road. He goes
Yeah,
down the wrong
exactly.
side of the road and kills
Fuck.
five people. Oh, fuck it. Just
Right.
deport him.
Yeah. Third world assassins come here. They're just like it's like GTA for them. Oh, we'll just kill some regular folks and then we'll just replace them with more retards from
Right.
fucking third world countries and away we go. And you and I have talked about this before too, like how like idiocracy is coming to be
100%.
that
It
movie.
is. It is here at this point. Yeah.
It is basically here. Like you got fucking Donald Trump like running. And could you imagine a world where Michelle Obama is the president? Like it is Camacho at that point. Then,
Mm-hmm.
like you got a fucking tranny, and we're all drinking electrolytes, and we're wearing Crocs, and everybody's retarded at this point.
And gooning all day, jerking it and shit. Remember fucking
Yeah,
Dak Shepard? Baiting. Or baiting.
baiting, dude. It is wild.
But
It
then
is
that gets into
wild.
the problem with men and women too, because then fucking everybody's sitting around jerking off all day, and you're like, so you're wasting your seeds. Your women are out here fucking killing the babies in their belly. Some women are out
Hmm.
here killing them outside of their belly, and we're in Moloch ball fucking sacrifice, territory right now. It's all like sex magic Luciferian shit. Been
Yeah,
binge watching Sopranos again. Fucking Polly. Luciferian satanic black magic.
right. And these fucking women, they say, "Oh, you don't have a uterus. You don't have an opinion." I'm like, holy shit! Whoever made that slogan up needs to be smacked upside the head.
Right.
Period.
You don't have a skill
Because
saw, so fuck you. Your
right, it's
your
like
arguments are invalid.
there's no baby without us. Now, mind you, obviously, men have been programmed to be retards as well, watching porn, jerking off, being ridiculous, like sleeping around, all these Tinder things, and
Hmm.
dude, all that shit's by design. All that is poison for your mind, for your soul, for like you aren't here to eat garbage and have sex with a million women. Like the whole point of coming here is to find that really, really good partner, that person that brings out the best in you, build a life together, and like that's why there's so many unhappy people. It's that simple. Like the old school dudes, they had it right.
Excuse me.
All this new age shit that they're trying to push, like, oh yeah, I can have two wives, and it's like, bro, like it's just that's not the way it's supposed to be. Like
Well,
I
even
don't
like
think that's in any of our natures.
Sam Tripoli's joke about, 50 years ago, you could cheat on your wife and have a separate whole family, but nowadays, due to inflation, you can't even do that anymore. You can't, you can't have a separate or second or third family on the other side of town with three kids.
Too expensive, Derek.
Yeah,
I don't want to
dude.
live in a world like that.
Yeah, no shit. No, no, I'm kidding. But it is funny. But yeah, dude, it's like but then that also turns part of the, inflation, monetary value, all this craziness, we've turned into such a materialistic, group of people at this point in time, and then
Mhm.
females are as well. So then there's this whole if you ain't 6'4" or 6 foot tall and make $100,000 a year and this, that, and the other. Meanwhile, they're 5'2" and they look like what's his name, Goro from Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat. Is Latina with a way high of a ponytail, way too stretched back. She's 4'8", torta little thing. You're
Y-
like, yeah, you got little demands, don't you? But it is weird. Like we've all been built this false idea of perfection. You got BBLs you know, and boob jobs, I guess, are okay in some senses, I guess. I don't know, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, we're building these ideas of like be as fake as possible and change yourself as much as possible. And it's just kind of weird and gross, man. Like, where's it go next? And then they're going to turn us into robots.
Right? I don't think well, you and I are like the last generation that can actually talk about this kind of stuff where you and I were sitting in a classroom when we were kids and we were imagining the future, and what it would look like and how good it would be, how cool it would be, flying cars and all this shit. I never pictured the internet. I never pictured social media and it like being a part of my life and making everything better. I love the fact that we had sleepovers and we played Nintendo
Hmm.
together on the couch and like we were together and nobody knew what the hell was going on. Nobody was checking in on us. We weren't posting anything. Like if you messed up at a party and did something stupid, it wasn't all over the school.
Yes.
It
That's the
wasn't it
sick
wasn't
part nowadays.
right. So, dude, how there's so much technology out there. We're go into Ted Kaczynski again, but he told us in that manifesto how destructive this technology is going to be, and dude, it's like it's unfolding in front of us. But at the same time, we're so dependent on it that if we got rid of the internet tomorrow, like look what we're doing right now,
Hmm.
that doesn't happen either. So, dude, it's a crazy like three-headed snake, and we're like living by the sword and dying by the sword at the same
The
time.
toothpaste is out of the tube. You can't put it
Yeah.
back in at this point.
Yeah, there's a lot of great things, but man, it's dude, if we went back to like 1993, 1994, no internet,
Yeah.
no cell phones, nothing, I would be okay. I would be
Oh yeah,
fine.
dude. I
My
grew up with it.
if
Yeah.
dude, my kids, if my kids got in a time machine and went back to like 1990, I don't think they'd know what to do with themselves.
Oh, my kids would freak out. I'd love it instantly because I mean, think of the beginning of Terminator 2. He's a couple of years older than I was. I was born in '89, but all through the '90s, I was still skateboarding everywhere, riding my dirt bike everywhere, riding my bicycle, going to the arcades, going with my friends to the roller skate rinks and shit. Like being with friends, being out, or even just hanging out in the local neighborhood pool and stuff like the Sandlot. Like people don't have that community anymore. So then
Yeah.
all these algorithms and these little black boxes, this black cube of Saturn shit that we carry in our hand every day. It's our programming. It is insane because, like you said, if our kids went back then, but then if we go even farther back, if we went back 50 years with this phone that I'm holding, or 500
Mhm.
years, we'd be burned. It would be called witchcraft and shit. This little device has got magical powers but it does have magical power over you, and people have become slaves to the shit, but it's done on purpose. It's not some
Oh
accidental
yeah.
thing.
Think about our belief systems right now. Think about politics. Think about like even this Me Too crap, this or whatever this woman did. If we didn't have social media feeding the masses this slop of fake outrage or fake
Hmm.
community that oh yes, all of us murdering moms, we're all one, we're all together. Like that is so against nature. That is so against normality And these people can't see it because they're in these weird echo chambers, and the AI algorithms just feeding them this new religion of, oh, I'm right about everything. It's like perpetual narcissism for
It
everyone. And
is.
it's like, oh, I'm heard. And I remember back in the day, I'm like, oh, you know what would be great is if we could comment on news articles so that people could see that, oh, I don't agree with this. And then it came to pass, and I'm watching. I'm like, holy shit! There's a reason why people should not be able to comment
Yeah,
on
yeah.
things. A, nobody cares. B, you're a fucking retard, and you
Hmm.
shouldn't. You That's not your. There's a reason you're not writing articles professionally. It's because you're retarded, and you
I'm not gonna
shouldn't.
lie. The past couple of days, I've been stirring the pot a little bit on this case specifically because I found a
Right?
funny ass meme that had a pile of rocks sitting there with a guy. He just showed like maybe from knees down next to a pile of rocks, and you see a hand reaching down, and it says right underneath it, reaches with religious intent. So anytime I'd see any girl, like so, like stoning women kind of thing. So anytime I'd
Yeah.
see any news article like giving praise to the mom or the other girls or the protesters, I'd fucking drop that other. I had one go up to like 1,200 freaking, angry. I mean, 1,200 total reactions to it is what I'm trying to say. But
Wow.
it's funny. It's like I'm just kind of just dropping that bomb out there a little bit because I don't give a shit
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Islam. But it is funny that like there's so many people advocating for this, but like you said, nobody gives a crap about the comment sections because they're just toxic crazy anyways. But
Right.
I've
Well,
been
people don't.
doing my part.
Retarded people don't realize how retarded they are.
I know
Right
how
there.
retarded I am. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but these retards that we're calling out, they have no idea how retarded they are.
Hmm.
Queers for Palestine? Like seriously? You're the
Yeah.
first person getting smashed with a rock and then lit on fire.
Hmm.
Your purple hair goof. You grimace goof. You
You're
have
bungee
no
jumping without the
business,
cord.
right? Like, geez, man, these people. Like, there's just such new levels of stupidity. It's actually mind-boggling. And this, and I know we're on here today because of this next level of stupidity of murdering your children and like somehow being vindicated or being a hero. And I loved how you sent me that picture of the dude whose kid got molested and the dad fucking shot that guy right in the head, right in
Hmm.
front of the sheriff or whatever.
Gary Plage,
That's
dude. Yep.
right. That's the way it should be going down. Man, if you murder your kids,
Yep.
gone.
Well,
That's a huge problem.
it is,
People aren't
man.
getting shot in the head anymore for doing horrible
People need
things.
to be held accountable. And then
Yep.
here's the thing, it's like
Yep.
these we're just fed, retard slop constantly on our algorithms. But then you've got here in Oklahoma where I'm at, excuse me, there was what a month ago a story that came out of a husband that murdered his wife, murder suicide, after she found out that he was like a coach, basketball coach or something like that, or some sports coach for females, of course. And then
Mm,
he got busted messing around with, I guess, some of the female students and stuff, like 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds. So she jumps on her TikTok, which I guess she had a pretty big following for being in Owasso, Oklahoma, but she makes the thing where she comes and sits down and it says me what is it? Me preparing for the documentary on my husband, the pedophile, on Netflix coming soon. And there's a lot of women that have been doing it. Well, when she did that, it got so much fucking views. She already had a restraining order against him and this and that, and they had already been separated after that event had happened. Well, he saw the
mhm.
video, basically showed up, shot her and shot him while her fucking kids were in the house. Left the kids alive, but it's like because of TikTok trends. Now that
Mm.
the man was still wrong for being a fucking pedophile, but at what point to like why do I need to go confess that to the world? And then what did that give you? It gave you nothing. You're dead now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, rest in peace to her, but you kind of see what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of retarded.
Yeah.
Like, why would you go post that video just for clicks and likes for notoriety, and then it was your ultimate fucking demise?
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's yeah, that's brutal. I mean, and there was another thing where a family, the husband, he just shot all the kids and the wife and then
Mm-hmm.
himself as well. It was like six of them or something like that. And it's like, dude, people are at the end. What's the Grandmaster Flash song? The message or whatever? They're at the edge and they're getting
Yeah.
pushed. And you wanna publicly humiliate the man that married you. Yeah, he deserves to be humiliated. But I'm telling you, you publicly humiliate somebody like that, dude, I would probably do the same thing, man. Like
Right. I
I would
mean,
probably go absolutely ape shit
I'd probably
if
smash everything in the house or something out of just crazy rage. But like, I mean, the guy still ultimately deserves whatever he gets, sentencing wise and everything,
oh yeah,
obviously.
well the guy
But
deserves to
it's the
die.
the
The guy deserves
nastiness
to
of the
die.
TikTok trend that decided
Yeah,
to make her go and do it. But then there's the irony of it. That's like the role reversal almost of this girl marrying or killing her kids in a way. And there was no, where's the justice for him? He had mental problems. He even committed suicide after. You know what I mean? Like where's the Chris Benoit justice? It's like it's the
yeah,
fucking liberal retards that are like, if liberals didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have any standards at all.
right. If you're gonna poke the bear, okay. So I'm getting back to my point. If you're gonna poke the bear that hard, at least make sure the bear's in the cage so he can't rip your head off,
Yeah. And then when it
right?
does, don't say I choose the bear. No.
Right. Exactly. See, perfect. We all tied it together, Derek. We all tied it together. If you're gonna poke the bear, make sure the bear is in a cage. Because seriously, if that guy's running out wilding out, and he has access to you, why would you do that? Why would
Hmm.
you put yourself in that kind of danger? And now the kids are without their parents.
Exactly. It's sick. It's sick, man. And it's
Brutal.
all this, I don't know, man. It's just all and we're all bitching about this while we're on the internet. That's the irony of it. But in a
Yeah.
way, it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing, Sun Tzu. So if the internet is the enemy, but everybody uses it, then if you can drop some seeds here and there, then use it to your advantage. Now it's seeds in a fucking barren ass wasteland of manure and horse shit, but maybe something will sprout and grow with people, the more people start speaking out. But,
Hmm.
and then you got other people like that are just, let's go here, man. Our favorite faggot flat earther, Tyler Hansen, mbop, you know, uh, yeah, dude, this guy is doing the same thing where he's not a female that we know of. He thinks all men are males and vice versa. Everybody's this dude playing the dude.
Right.
Can we rule out
Inverts.
that Tyler
Inverts.
is actually not a female? It could be. But I'm just getting at we're out here trying to just wake people up with truth on the internet, and then there's other people out there just spreading blatant bullshit misinformation. And then you tagged me in the Jim Brewer thing. Did you watch that whole thing?
Oh yeah, I watched the whole thing. It was magical. Flat
It
Earth
was
Dave had
cooking.
posted that, and I sent it to you right away. I'm like, oh man. And honestly, Tyler's run's over. I think it's been over for a really long time. I think it's just been ridiculous. But dude, there's so many people that buy the retard slop. They
Exactly.
just
Back
buy
to the
it, and
comment
now
sections. Go read his comment sections, and there's like, wow, maybe we need another flood.
right there's so many, and it's almost same as Trump. Like there's this derangement syndrome, and
Sycophants.
yeah, people need to worship somebody.
You know,
And as demented as it is, there's people that worship this guy.
yeah,
And Jim Brewer called it out like plain as day. The retards won't see it, they won't hear it because they're retarded, which is too bad. And I think that you and I, we we don't catch fire, we don't go viral because there's too much truth to what we're saying. Not that everything we say is true, not that we are our own religion. It's just that
it's
the
honest.
the it's honest. The whole point of the algorithm now is to create that division, is to create in like this insanity, to create these false idols for people to worship. And
Hmm.
Tyler is a perfect example of the worst false idol you could possibly worship. It's actually really sad.
I'd rather worship Billy Idol at this point. No, I'm kidding. But
Billie
no,
Eilish even.
wait a minute. That's Tyler's next video. Did you
Oh,
see here? Did you see here? No, the Jim Brewer thing, like that thing killed me, man. It was so funny. And then I even messaged him afterward, and I mean, I talked to him a little bit, but yeah, he was funny as shit. But um, then you got, Tripoli still brings him up. It's like there's other people that still bring him up, which I think is a good thing because they're exposing how retarded he is. You know what I'm getting
yeah,
at? It's not that they're promoting him. They're trying to
yeah.
like expose him as a fraud, as a scam. So, I mean,
Right.
hopefully
And
his run is about done.
I think Brewer did a great job. And I was telling you about this book, 48 Laws of Power. And I think everybody needs to read it because it is basically Sun Tzu on steroids. Law number 6. And Trump does this. And Jim Brewer just pointed out what Tyler does. And he courts law number 6, court attention at all costs. Be seen, be talked about. It just, notoriety beats being ignored. As soon as you ignore these people, they fall away into irrelevance and they lose all their power.
Yeah.
So all these idiots do is get more and more ridiculous. Trump, look at how ridiculous Trump is now. It's so that he can keep the eyes on him. And that's same as what Tyler's doing. Like he might have started out with okay intentions, but eventually he developed this persona where it's not about the truth at all. It's not about the truth community at all. Where Tom Brady is, what's that guy?
Oh, fuck.
The old
I
dude.
don't.
Remember?
Shit.
Oh shit.
Who was the Tom Brady one?
Oh, it was brutal. It was
I
some old
remember
guy.
Bruce Willis, or not Bruce Willis, Brad Pitt, Benicio del Toro, and that was one of his early ones where I'm like, yeah, they do look real
Morgan Freeman
similar.
is Jimi Hendrix,
Jimi
obviously.
Hendrix. Oh,
Like,
yeah, who doesn't know that, right? Oh, you didn't
oh
know?
man.
You
Gary
didn't know?
Busey. Gary
Gary
Busey.
Busey, yes,
So
yeah.
Tom Brady is Gary Busey,
Uh-huh.
and this is your truth teller. And Jim Brewer even called it out. He's like, Tyler's calling out my wife. This isn't even my wife in a picture.
Exactly, yeah. Well,
You're
then here's the
done.
funny thing, Gary Busey, then where does Jake Busey come into the picture from Starship Troopers? Like, if Gary Busey is Tom Brady, then who fucked who and made Jake Busey? You know what I mean? Like, where'd he come
Yeah.
from? It's like the old Frank Costanza thing. You know, you got the chicken, the hen, and the rooster. Who's having sex with the whatever? You know, it's perverse.
It's wild. It's totally wild. So people need to realize that they're being fed. Like we talk about AI slop, we talk about goy slop, we talk about all this slop,
Gay
this
slop.
gay slop, every kind of slop that you can handle, getting pumped through this device or your computer. But mostly it's this now. So you're constantly being bombarded with this crazy nonsense, and I think that there's just got to be an implosion at some point where social media just has to cease to exist because it's so cringe. Like,
Yeah,
and it's going to take like a generation like alpha or beta to be like, nah, AI cringe, social media cringe. We don't do that stuff anymore. It's
a
going to be
weaning.
it's going to be beautiful when if it can like self-correct itself. The government will have to figure out something else, like a different way to
Of
harvest
course they will.
energy
We'll probably
and
have blown each
information,
other all to pieces and shit, so we'll just be rebuilding. It'll be 1950s again. They'll just start it all over with the original playbook of here's newspapers again, and
right?
and then they'll give us the
How easy
TV
is it to
eventually.
reset?
And
It's easy to
exactly,
reset. Yeah.
it
It takes
is
what, one generation, two generations to reset? And you just got to have some willing accomplices that are too scared to die. Okay, I'll
right.
go around. I'll go along with the lie. Here we go. Boom. No orphan trains. I was here all along. Woo.
Uh-huh. Yep. It is weird though, like that the people are starting to self-check out a little bit in a good way, but then like the
Hmm.
ones that aren't are just going full in, and it's like you bring up
Yeah.
Trump, and I don't want to go into Trump too much. This morning though, he he's like a fucking teenager or like he is an old man, but he's like a little teenager that just has his cell phone for the first time and starts posting dumb shit on fucking Instagram or Facebook or whatever. But he went on this gigantic tirade this morning about Massey and Tucker Carlson, calling Tucker Carlson low IQ and probably couldn't even finish college or schooling. And they were like, bro, in like the longest run on sentences ever and shit. And you're like, these are what these people are looking up to. And then I post that, and then I live in Oklahoma, so half the comments turn into like, well, those guys know not to mess with Trump because they're. You're like, so okay, don't mess with the mob because they'll cut your fucking head off. Okay, that's the agreement then. Like that's
Yeah.
okay. That's fucking cool with you then, right? Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Like we'll just politically end your career. We'll kneecap you in front of the fucking world. Massey just had the biggest donations against him with his fucking primary back 2 months ago. And it's like we're realizing because Thomas Massey, one of the best parts about him losing that primary to Ed Galrain, who nobody knows a goddamn thing about, and all of his commercials were just Donald Trump endorses Ed Galrain. Ed Galrain has got Donald Trump's seal of approval. You're like, Well, what the hell does Al get? Ed, what I don't even know what his name is, but like, how? What is he gonna do? You're just saying Donald Trump likes this guy and he doesn't like the other guy. That's all you're running on.
Right.
And then
That's
you
what
got
you're running
Miriam
on.
Adelson drop $20+ million alone herself in a $30+ million anti-Massey campaign. But the funniest part was Massey, after the election results came out, he was grinning from ear to ear, meaning like, you just made me a martyr. Congratulations, you stupid fucks. Like, and Massey's
Right.
probably got some shady shit. They all do. They're politicians, but it's just funny that we're seeing the elections and everything. It's coming to it's a volcano right now, dude. Like, people are
It's
realizing it's fake and
buffoonery.
gay. Yeah,
Yeah. It's they used to actually like like run on a certain platform, and now it's just, oh, Trump likes me.
exactly. Every
It's
commercial for
like
that guy was
not
that.
lower taxes, not, like feed the homeless. It's like Trump likes me. I'm just gonna
I
run
was
with
in the
that.
Navy and Trump likes me. Vote for Ed
Oh,
Galrain. You're like,
yeah.
okay.
Wow.
You were a
Is
seaman.
it that bad? Is it that dumb at this point?
I think that's what we're starting to realize. But that's why I think Trump himself is having a mental breakdown because he's realizing it's the end of the fucking Wizard of Oz, dude. The great and powerful Oz, the facade is falling apart. And that's why Trump
Oh yeah.
is he's just, what am I saying? Like, he's losing his mind over it because he realizes like the future is gonna be, whether people like MTG, Massey, um, Tucker Carlson, Joe Kent. They built this new coalition. There's like 6 or 7 of them, and it's the America First Party. And you're
Right.
like, oh shit, we're not going to take any donations from any political this or that. We're not going to take any donations from any other country. We're not going to do this. We're not. You're like, sounds sounds convincing. And I think Trump and them are kind of freaking out right now.
Do you think Donald Trump has the ability to run again?
I think he'd be the
Like he's
ultimate
not
irony
supposed
if
to,
he
right?
did. No, he's not
He's not
supposed to,
supposed
but
to.
he's already 80. And then he'll have, by the time he leaves office, he'll be, what, 82 and a half, 83-ish or whatever. So then you're
Yeah.
going to put another 4 years on top of that.
Dude, that's
No,
insane.
I don't
That's
really
insane.
honestly, see.
But he can't. He's not supposed to run again, right? President should
No, no,
only have two
he's not
terms.
able to be able to. Yeah. It's not just
But
two consecutive
I think
terms,
he's
it's
trying
two
to figure it
total.
out. I think he
Yes.
wants to do it again.
Steve Bannon had said that at the beginning of this new administration. Steve Bannon
And
was
that
saying that, yeah, he's a crooked fuck too.
dude, back in 2016, I'm totally asleep. Still pretty, like, oh, Obama's not that bad and whatever. And I remember Trump getting in. I'm like, dude, I had this feeling like this guy's gonna get in, and he totally messed up. So the thing that interested me was that he messed up the Bush's plans because
Yeah.
Jeb Bush, they were gonna make a push for retard Jeb
Yeah.
to be the next president, right? And I can almost see uh, Trump wanting that for his own family too. Like he wants to be a George Bush, where his
Hmm.
kids could be now presidents, and even if he can't be that, he wants the family for it to be the family business now.
Yeah. Yep. Just like the Bushes
I could
and
go,
yeah.
yeah, right,
And what's funny is you bring up Jeb. Here's a little thing that just like our news is so fast and so, it's so bombarding all the time and you just can't keep up with everything. And then even if something was a big story 2 years ago, you forgot about it because you're still talking about something from 2 days ago, blah, blah, blah. Well, Jeb Bush, right? So yeah, it was funny whenever Trump called out Jeb on the debate stage and said that
hmm
something like "your dumb brother shouldn't have got us into any of those wars," and everybody's like, "Yeah," And now Trump's like, "Iran can't have a nuke, but my best friend's North Korea, the communists." We're all worried about communists in America right now, and he's fucking hanging out with Kim Jong Un again, who's got like 50 nukes or whatever hypothetically, and
right.
then this guy can have them, but this guy can't have them. You're not cool enough. But even all that aside, back to Jeb Bush. Funny little tidbit that everybody forgets about. I ain't no lefty. I ain't no righty. I was a once righty. But the thing is, Jeb Bush is. You remember that George W. Bush election in 2000? And there was a big holdup. Do you remember that? They had to
Oh yeah, yeah,
recount
with
all
Al
the
Gore.
votes. Do you
Yeah,
remember
Florida,
what state it was? That was Florida. Do you know who was the
Florida, yeah.
governor of Florida? Jeb
Was
Bush.
it Jeb at that
It
time?
was fucking Jeb Bush, dude. So if we
No.
want to talk about
Oh,
stolen elections, Al Gore can
yeah.
rot in hell. An inconvenient truth. Yeah, you're a grifting piece of shit. Fuck you, Al Gore. But
Yep.
Al Gore won that election, dude. But they needed George W. Bush in there for Dick Cheney because then fucking 9/11 happened the next 9 months later. Crazy.
Crazy. Do you think 9/11
Crazy.
doesn't happen if Al Gore, the retard, gets in?
100%.
You still
100%.
think 9/11 happens?
No, no, I'm saying I 100% believe it would not have happened if
Oh,
this
okay.
was,
Okay.
see, this is what I'm getting at is like this whole, it's all a big puppet show. And like you said, you weren't paying attention to this shit pre 2016. Neither was I really a whole lot. But I was into
Right.
conspiracies and elites and blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't really paying attention to politics. But then you realize they did the same thing with Trump. They needed Trump in 2016 so you could get the whole rah, 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 get the country divided like they fucking did post
Right.
Obama. Then
Right.
steal the election and do January 6th. So that way, I'm saying steal the election with air quotes because let's say the election wasn't meant to be stolen in the first place. Biden was supposed to be put in there so you can get those Trump voters pissed off and storm the Capitol, right?
Mm.
Defining
Yeah.
what the new definition of terrorism is. You get Biden in, you show how bad and shitty it can be, and we see the facade of politics. Then we cry and demand Trump to come back just to bend us over and butt fuck us like Epstein Island. And here we
Dude,
are
it is
25
wild.
years later.
Did you ever think in the 90s that it could be this insane? No.
No, no.
And it's not like you and I are geniuses and these are facts. These are scientific facts. I came on a long time ago as soon as that election happened. All we did was show the numbers. All of a sudden there's 15 million more Democrat voters than there's ever been for Biden who never
Yep.
ran during COVID. Like it's so fucking obvious, just like how fucking obvious the moon landings are fake.
And
Like
then those numbers
it
disappeared the last election.
exactly. And then they were gone. All of a sudden, all the Democrat voters didn't show up this time
Yep.
and Trump
Yep.
wins. Like, what? What? Like, America is compromised. And that is actually a really terrifying thing to say because America should be the gold standard. And
Mm-hmm.
it's run by uh pedophile psychopaths now.
Yeah, satanic vampire fucking pedophiles, dude. And
And that is a scientific fact.
it's ironic you said America should be the gold standard. Let's say America should be on the gold standard, which we are not. And then that is the problem with where we are in most of these cases. And I was talking about that with Scott Horton and Charlie Robinson a couple months back, is that like Nixon, not saying Nixon's a good guy, and I talked about Tony Arterburn last week or 2 weeks ago. That like not saying Nixon was a good guy, but the whole
Yeah.
everybody blamed Nixon for taking us off the gold standard in 71, switching us to the petrodollar. It's because when he went to find the fucking gold, he realized it was gone, and you're in a oh shit moment. It's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like with FDR and the New Deal or whatever, or the whatever the fuck it was called. But
And
that
if he
not
says
that it was a
something, he
good
gets shot in
thing,
the head.
but he realized FDR, and he was kind of a piece of shit too. But FDR realized that, like, okay, if I don't do this, then communism and shit's fucking taken over and capitalism is done. But then also
Right.
same with like Nixon, if I don't switch us to the petrodollar, we're cooked as a country because we have no gold. And we're here again, all over again. Like now they're trying to switch us to cryptos and CBDCs and central bank digital currency, and
Yeah.
it's just to fucking rob Peter to pay Paul, and it never fixes the
Yeah.
problem.
It's a stalling tactic. Doesn't China own most of the gold now?
Yep.
I think
And
China has the gold.
Russia's got a
Dude,
shitload too.
it's over, man. It's so over. Like honestly, the Wolverine is backed in the corner. The America's only option is a real World War III with China, Russia, like to try and get that gold back and
Yeah.
try and reset things because where we're headed is it's bullshit land. It's just fairy
Do you remember
tales.
the
40
movie
trillion
Kelly's
$40 trillion. Like what is that? That's fake.
Insane. It's fake. It's not even
It's
real.
fake. Yes, we're fake. Why are we paying taxes? It's fake,
Right. Who do we owe money to? The Klingons? Fuck, dude.
right?
But like,
Right?
remember the movie Kelly's Heroes? Old 70s World War II movie. Clint Eastwood. Oh shit. Uh, not not Kiefer Sutherland, his dad.
Oh,
Donald
Donald Sutherland.
Sutherland,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was a tank movie, and they were soldiers in Europe or whatever, and they were like in France or something. And they were trying to find Hitler's big last stash of gold, and then they found
Mm.
it at the end of the movie and everything. And they all, fucking Donald Sutherland, he's always saying woof woof. He's the goofy guy, but when they open the doors, it's like, I mean, like think of the stack on The Dark Knight. There's all that cash sitting there. It's like,
Yeah, yeah,
could
yeah.
you imagine? I mean, could you imagine? Because that's real. It's real, tangible shit. Like
Yeah.
versus a stack of cash would still blow your mind, but at this point we know it's fake. Could you imagine standing in front of a 12-foot tall stack of fucking gold and be like, bro, I rule
Right?
the world now.
Yeah. You are the king,
Yep, king in the
but
castle.
you gotta hang on to it now. Everybody's
Oh
coming for
yeah,
you.
dude, with that kind of gold, I'm buy every military weapon I can buy. I'm like, oh, I know civilians can't, but let me whip this thing out real quick, and maybe this guy can. A
Right?
tank.
Oh,
Remember
dude.
Joe Biden's offer? You want to take on the government? You need F-15s. Like, bro, we didn't fucking F-15s are obsolete, dumbass. But if I want to buy an F-15 with gold bars, I sure as hell can.
That was something else when Joe Biden basically challenged the American people.
No shit. It's
That was
crazy.
wild.
I remember watching
And you
that.
ain't black if you don't vote for him,
Yeah, right. Don't forget about Corn Pop, bad dude.
right?
Them little kids, they rub my leg hairs in the water, and my blonde leg hairs would stand up.
Dude, he's creepy. He's creepy.
What do you say? Poor kids are just as smart as white kids. Like, what the fuck?
Oh
Like,
shit.
you didn't say black, but we know by you saying white the duality of that statement.
Yeah.
And then they forget the 94 crime bill and everything else. But yeah, vote for
Oh man,
Biden, Jack.
I have this one meme that I shared once in a while, and it just makes me laugh. It's like all kids are equal: brown, black, yellow, normal, whatever. It's got the white kid. Like, oh my god, it's so terrible.
Yeah,
It's that's probably why we're getting replaced. But I
it
tell you
is.
what,
But it's also the
there's no
noticing
privilege.
continues. The
Yeah,
veil
the
is
noticing.
fading, and that's the thing, man. Like I bring up Tripoli a lot because he's insightful, man. He's got a lot of great quotes, but it's like he says all the fucking time, like no more protected classes. This is what the problem is. You can't
Yeah,
call out a female because that's sexist. You can't call out an Indian guy for shitting in the street because that's racist. You can't call out
yeah,
some fucking black dude that's stealing from a store literally right in front of you because, well, why? Because I'm black? No, because you're holding a gun. Like what you we're getting in this mode of like degeneracy is just starting to everybody is nobody's off limits anymore is what I'm trying to say. Like the gloves
yeah.
are off and everybody's noticing everything, and if you fucking can't handle it, stay out of the goddamn kitchen. You know what I mean? Like it's the truth
Right
and
on.
honesty is right where it needs to be nowadays. And if you it's like comedy is back. That's why comedy is fucking thriving again.
I think one of the things to put a bow on this episode would be that corporal punishment should be back. Like I remember when we were kids, you know what a porch pirate is, Derek? When your Amazon package gets stolen,
Porch
like you
monkey? No.
yeah, like
No,
having your mail
yeah, I know.
stolen used to be a federal offense. Like that
No
used to be a
shit.
big deal. That used to be a
But
big deal.
Amazon's not a
And
federal company. They got federal subsidies, but that's the difference. USPS or whatever is federal.
I actually have a conspiracy that Amazon's going to replace the Canadian Postal Service, and after they do that, they'll probably replace the U.S. Postal Service as well
Oh, I see it.
because
Where are we going with the porch pirate
they're
though?
already delivering everything. So,
Yeah. Where are we going with the porch pirate though? About like, yeah, it used to be a federal
um,
offense to steal mail.
right, raping, killing, like murder and raping, those should be like instant death. Like shoot them. I would say shoot them on sight. SOS.
Mm-hmm.
Like you find somebody that's like murdered somebody, cold blood, boom, shoot them on sight. No court trial, nothing. Like we, people need to be made examples of again. And the examples that are being made are, oh, I can do anything I want, be let out on bail. Like this guy who's a pedophile, and his wife makes a TikTok video. Why is that guy out? If he's a
Exactly.
fucking if he's fucking touching kids, he not only should he be shot on sight. If he's not shot on sight, he should at least be in a jail cell getting worked over by the boys.
Yeah.
Not killing his wife for making a TikTok video. So people need to be brought back to fear of getting your hand cut off, getting shot in the head, like getting your dick blown off. If you're gonna rape somebody, you're getting your dick chopped off immediately. Like
Mm-hmm.
these simple things, and vote for me, everyone, for the next prime minister of Canada. But bring this stuff back, and you'll see how fast people will think twice before they're going to do this shit. Because we got revolving door jail policies in America and Canada, and these
Mm-hmm.
people think that they can do whatever the fuck they want, except go against the government. If you go against the government, that's when the hammer's coming down on you.
Right. And it's like, dude, the just bring back accountability. Bring back, everybody, bring back bullying. I'll say it, bring it
Oh
back. Bring
yeah,
back bullying because bullying to some extent actually makes you a fucking better person. Because you know what? When that bully pushes you around enough, you decide, I've had enough. I'm going to learn how to fight. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to be a badass. you know what I mean? Like, and all those
yeah,
little things, your clarity comes with it too. You're learning a difficult lesson. Life is supposed to be difficult. Nobody's wiping your ass for you all of your fucking existence. But there seems to be too many generations in this generation, too many now that still believe that. They believe
yeah.
well, first of all, nobody can buy a freaking house to save their life anymore. The average age of people that are still living at home or something like that, new numbers are like 34 years old, 33-year-olds are still
38.
living at home. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's insane. But I mean, I've been out of the house since 18 years old, and I never really looked back, whether sketchy situations or legit situations, whatever. But there's a
yeah,
part of learning and growing with these things, whether, like I said, bring back the bullying. You need adversity in life to know what good is. You need to overcome it to feel success and blah, 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 blah. I'm a musician. Don't say, I'll never learn that song because it's too hard. Well, yeah, it's gonna be hard at first, and then when you get it done, you go, "Holy shit! Whoa, oh shit, I did it!" It's an
yeah.
achievement. So
It's an
yeah,
achievement.
world's faking
Yeah,
gay, and people need to just start
dude.
realizing it and just better
Bullies teach
themselves.
you who you are and who you need to be. As awful as they are in the moment, man, when you look back, it's like, did I pass the test? Did I stand up
Yep.
for myself? No. Okay. Why did I not stand up for myself? I wasn't ready. Okay. Are you ready now? Boom. Because those people don't realize that the bully just keeps coming back. The mirror keeps getting
Yep.
held up to you. And
And the more
if
you
you
bitch
don't
out, the
pass
harder they
it,
push.
right. And I've just learned this recently too, that the more mad I got at the bully, the more I didn't realize that I need to be mad at myself because the bully's just trying to bring out what needs to come out in me. And I'm directing
Yeah.
my anger at the wrong person. I need to get mad at me for not standing up and passing the test. If you keep failing the
Hey, there's a
test, yeah, you're gonna
community of
get
people with
pissed.
tiny hats. There's a community of people with tiny hats in a country the size of Rhode Island that should really listen to what you just said.
Grifter's got a grift though.
Oy vey, am I right?
Oh, dude. And you know what? It's a playbook. I noticed
Yeah.
that too with like different communities. Different communities, if they can take advantage, they will.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just gonna keep milking it. And as long as they can keep milking it, they will. Once the gravy train ends, it's over.
Mm-hmm. Let's just call them the BJs, the B's and the J's.
Oh, dude.
Well,
It's
hey, dude,
yeah, it's
this is
wild.
fucking
That's
great,
another
man.
episode.
I think we've just pissed off everybody on the internet. And if we haven't, don't forget, like, subscribe, and fucking follow me on social media and everywhere else too. So, Stitt-Heads, Alex Pauls, one of my favorites to always talk to. We can talk about any subject from Hulk Hogan to fucking hate crimes. So, brother, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate your time and drop this shit on Monday.
Sounds good, my friend.
All right, Stitt-Heads. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Record. Stop recording. Fuck you. I'm like the old man with the fucking